Hi there, Natalie with you today with a fun new idea on die cutting to create a graphic, your colorful memory keeping layout. So come join me. Hi there, and welcome to a new episode of Inspired by a Card with Natalie. Today we're going to be working with the PixelGrid Cover Die to create a new layout based on this card from Raquel Santistute from our latest blog up. And I love this die. This is the PixelGrid Cover Die, and it's really graphic. So my idea is I'm going to cut around 6 panels. I ended up only using 5 of this cover die out of heavy white cardstock. Once I have them ready, my idea is I want to create, bring some of the idea of the rainbow in the background, but make it fit into my 6x8 album, and I have a double spread. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to glue 2 of the die cuts back, to make them a little bit thicker. I'm gonna do this twice. So that means that 4 of the die cuts are gonna become 2. And I'm doing this because I want to create a little bit of dimension. Once I have them, I want to make sure that I can elongate the design. So what I'm going to do is you're going to see that I'm going to go ahead and trim some of it. I want it to be 7 3/4 by 4 1/4. So that means that one of them is going to remain the same, but I'm going to trim pretty much the entire top of the die cut, leaving just a little smidge of it, and then I'm gonna trim the other die cut so that it fits to size. But the second time that I cut the second die cut, I am going to make sure that I cut it right at the edge of the little pixels so that when I glue it together, it creates this elongated design. And you're gonna be a little bit of a seam, and I'm gonna cover that, so I'm not too worried about that. Now, to create the rainbow on the background, I'm actually going to use the Crafty Necessity solid cardstock, and I'm going to use gradient cardstock. So it's going to be a lot of die cutting. So I'm going to use pretty much a rainbow. I'm going to pull the colors from the Summer Afternoon. I'm going to use some colors from the Red Sunset. I'm going to use blush, rose quartz. I'm going to use cherry blossom. I'm going to use a little bit of green meadows, new purple, mountain mist, lagoon, emerald. I am also going to bring the Altenew blends paper pack just because I needed some blue and some purple. So I just pulled enough to create a rainbow. And I want to focus on the yellow and the pinks because those are the colors that my new little cousin is wearing. So once I pull out all my colors, I am going to trim strips out of 1/4 inch. I think it's by 5.5 inches. So these are all 1/4 inch by the length of the Crafty Necessities cardstock. Now, I am going to work on the same idea that Raquel created for the background, and that she created kind of like an X design for her background. Now, because I have an elongated look, I am going to create kind of a zigzag. For that, you're going to see that I'm going to help myself with the mat. I am going to use a little bit of this is really strong adhesive, and I'm going to start laying my colors so that they go from yellow to pink. Once I have, and there's 7 strips for each one of the color families. Before I forget, once I have the top, from yellow to pink, I am going to kind of use the little piece of the leftover grid that I cut at the beginning, just to help me make sure that I have kind of a sizing to help me also with the angle. I'm going to talk to you more about it. Once I added my first part, I'm going to go with the greens and the blues, and I am going to just kind of intersect them. And you're going to see when I'm just going again, I'm going to add some strong adhesive, and I'm just going to go kind of creating a gradation of the paper strips as I move along the line. Now, here's the key. I wanted to make sure that the zigzag was kind of angular, so I used the leftover piece of the grid because it's just parallel to give me the parallel line between those pink lines. And that one is rubellite, and the one on top I think is bubblegum. So I have that space in between that is kind of perfect and symmetrical. And I'm just following the same idea. And the reason that I brought that strong kind of a fuchsia pink is so that I can tie the top to the purples at the bottom. So I'm going to follow the same idea. Once I have them all glued together, I am actually going to go ahead and trim the paper. One thing that I forgot to mention is that I actually cut a second piece of cardstock to to the size of that elongated pixel grid that I created. So that's what I said, that it's 4 1/4 by 7 3/4. Once I have that, I'm just gonna, like I said, I'm gonna trim all the excess pieces of the little strips that I have there, and then I'm gonna go ahead and glue that elongated pixel grid cover die that I had, and I'm using a little bit of like really thin double-sided tape on the back to keep it all together. Now, for the other side of my page, I want to bring the same idea of the rainbow, but I want to have something that is kind of a mirror image. So the best way to do it is to get, and I don't want to go for a full one, I just want to do one piece. So I'm going to take my die cut and lay it on top of what I already have, like, you know, with the papers behind it, and then I am going to follow the formation of the yellow to pink as it is right now. So I'm gonna kind of work backwards. So you see, like I said, I'm gonna lay my die cut so it fits to the, I'm creating a mirror image, and then I'm gonna lay the strips kind of following what I have underneath the two die cuts, and that's gonna create a mirror image to the other side. So it kind of looks like little rhomboids meeting in the middle. Kind of, that was the idea. So I'm gonna take my time and just gonna glue it in place. Once I have all the yellow to the pink paper strips in line, I'm gonna trim the excess. I'm gonna work along, and then I'm gonna put it again, the die cut that I'm creating, I'm gonna put it on top of the one that I have already created, and then I'm gonna work on the green to like the teal colors, just so that I have that kind of nice symmetrical look on the two sides of the page. Super simple. This was a lot of fun. It's quite a bit of die cutting. It was all based on die cutting and just playing with paper. Really, it was a lot of fun. So again, I'm just gonna go ahead and glue all the greens and the teal papers. I'm gonna be careful. I'm gonna add my really fine glue tip here, just so that I can hit the paper and glue it along those little squares on my grid. Once I have that, I'm gonna trim the excess, and my background is ready. So I'm gonna glue it in place, and then I'm gonna set my picture. Now, to bring the title for this page, I am using the Tiny Sentiments Hello Stamp and Die Set. I cut the word hello from the glitter cardstock, and this is the peach one. And the color is from the glitter cardstock, the fairy dust set. And you're gonna see that I also cut it twice out of heavy white cardstock. I am going to use the stamp set in obsidian black ink to write the word hello, you gorgeous creature. And then what I'm gonna do with the peach die cut is I'm gonna trim the word hello out of it. So I'm gonna use my scissors and take the word hello, and then I'm gonna glue the hello just on top of the white die cut that I created. Once I have that, I'm gonna glue it in place, but then when I put it on my page, it kind of got lost. So I decided to glue it to a third hello die cut, but give it a little bit of an offset, so it creates a little bit of interest, and you can read the word. Once I have that, like I said, that die cut that with the hello, it's gonna hide that seam that I created when I try to join the two pixel grids together. Now, that's my title is ready. I am using also the classic greetings stamp and die set to create a sentiment that says we love you, because like I said, this is my newest little cousin. So my cousins are having babies, so I have little cousins coming up. So I went ahead and cut the word we love you, and I have it ready. And then I'm going to use the Jewel Botanicals layering die set. I want to create butterflies. If you look at the card, Raquel added little flowers. I want something a little bit heftier. So I used again the fairy dust grading cardstock to cut some of the butterflies, and the backing of the butterflies is actually vellum. And I'm gonna place them so that the pink butterfly lays on the pink lines, the green one at the edge between the green and the purple junction, and then the other one is gonna go onto the other side to bring some of the peach color that I'm using on the title onto the cards, onto the picture side of the layout. And then I'm leaving the space at the bottom just to add a few notes. Like I said, we're very excited because we're gonna go meet her, and actually one of my cousins having another baby, so it's gonna be baby fest when we go visit our family in Ecuador. And like, you know, you can find more details of how this came together in the blog. As always, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact me, and remember, you can subscribe to the channel for a lot of beautiful content. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you soon. Take care, guys.
Hey there, Lydia here. I really do hope that you've just enjoyed the video. If so, please subscribe to the Altenew YouTube channel. Also, turn on the notification bell so you can get your daily dose of crafty techniques and tutorials just like this. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.